Well, what do we have here? Let's check it out. Let's see if I can get you guys a good shot of this. Let me adjust the camera a little bit. Looks like some Falken 225 35 R19 88Y. These are the Falken Azini's FK 510. And if you notice how nice this rim is right here, yeah, there's a backstory behind why this rim looks brand new. Maybe I'll get into it in this video, maybe it'll be the next one. But I'm reviewing some tires right now. They're the Falken Azini FK 510. So that's the front. Let's go take a look at the rears. These are, let's see if I can get it, 255 30 ZR19s. 91Y Falken. So my Michelin Sport Pilots got down to about 3 millimeters in the rear and like 5 in the front. And I was always told, get rid of the run flats. You'll have a better experience. So let's go take it for a ride. I gotta go do some errands. So let's go for a drive and test out these new tires. And we're gonna kind of review the DCT service, what's going on with it, how did it go, kind of talk to you guys about how the transmission feels. So my last video I did was with the DCT service, and well, it went pretty good. I got the transmission as full as I could get it, and the first thing that I noticed right away is the transmission got quiet. It used to make all kinds of weird clunky noise, like gear selector noises. When you were in between gears or it was downshifting, you would hear an audible click as if you were shifting a manual. So this is normal drive mode right here. And it shifts really fast into drive mode. Okay, let's go for a little drive and test out these tires. Roll down the window so you guys get a little engine noise, little wind noise. You know how everybody loves that. So, my run flats, my Bridgestones, they had like 80,000 miles on them. And what I would say is those tires, because of the tread wear on them, they'll go a lot of miles, but towards the end, the ride quality really suffered. It literally felt like you're driving on rocks, like you had Fred Flintstone wheels on there that are made of stone. So the first thing I noticed about these Falkens is that there was a lot more sidewall flex when you turn the wheel. There's a lot more movement than the Bridgestones, but yeah, I just had to get through that light. But like I was saying, the sidewalls on the Bridgestones are so stiff and so tight that there's no give, and so the ride is really harsh. The whole time I thought, well, my car is stiffly sprung. It's got an M Sport suspension. It's got a 10mm drop from the factory. Maybe it's just the factory suspension tuning just had the car over dampened, but that's not the case. It was literally the tires. As soon as I switched tires, I noticed that the car became more compliant on the road in almost every condition. And like I said, the turn in, man, it's so direct. You turn the wheel, this thing just like turns like crazy. I like it. It's really direct. Even though you feel like the tread, the blocks on there, you feel them actually moving around, but the amount of grip that you feel is so confidence inspiring. You feel like, okay, I've got traction here, even though there's a little more, I would call it body roll, but it's actually just tire flex. But because of that tire flex, the ride compliance, it's night and day. Now, the Bridgestones, I'll have to give them credit. The turn-in was so firm. I mean, there's a difference in how you tip the car in. The difference between the two tires is that the Bridgestones had a really, really firm turn-in. When you turn that wheel, boy, there was no side flex in the tire, the sidewall, nothing. Very rigid tire, very rigid tire. So the Bridgestones, you know, I mean the Michillin, excuse me, I'm so sorry, they're not Bridgestones, they're Michillin Sport Pilots. Jeez, I'm gonna have to edit this, but the Michelins, the Michelin run flats, excuse me. And yeah, I feel like an idiot right now. That's okay, you guys are along for the ride. My stupidity has just got me again, you know. I have a large skull and a small brain, so anyhow, like I was saying, the Michelins had a really firm sidewall and felt really good on tip-in when you turned them in. But the Falcons, on the other hand, is just a better ride quality. They are not run flats, so I am taking a risk, but they're brand new tires. I think I'm gonna be okay. Well, let's talk about the DCT transmission. Right now it's in drive, and the car drives like a normal automatic. It will auto downshift for you. What I like about it is even in drive mode, I can hit manual and switch it down. So even in drive mode, you can select the manual gear select and it'll downshift or upshift, which is a really nice feature. See, right now I'm manually shifting down even though it's in D. Let's do it again. So that's a really nice feature of the DCT. You can manually shift it even when you're in drive. The other thing I want to say is the one thing I don't like about the DCT is that when you're in drive and you go to hit like passing gear, sometimes it doesn't know what gear to actually drop down to, and so you'll be going 50, 60 miles an hour, hit the kick down, it'll go all the way into 2, which is ridiculous. A little hooning around. Okay, I'll be back. I'm at my destination. Now, let's test out this DCT. So there's drive. Let's put it in sport mode. Let's let a bunch of traffic go. This is the freeway entrance, folks, so don't be alarmed if you see me get up to freeway speed. The freeway is right here. This is an entry or an on-ramp to the freeway, so don't panic, people. Alright, let's try sport mode here. It shifts on its own. It didn't shift, so I had to assist and do a manual override. The RPMs were just too high. In sport mode, it'll want to rev all the way to the limit. Leave it in sport mode this whole time. It auto rev matches on the downshift. Fourth gear, it'll hold the go ahead, you guys. First gear, manual override. So I haven't even tried the sport button since I did the DCT change. And the reason why is the sport button, it shifts so hard. It literally feels like somebody is neutral dropping it every gear. But here goes nothing. We're gonna put the sport, put this button on. Pretty fun. It improves the throttle response. It also tunes the transmission differently. And it's a quick shift. I just don't like how it slams gears. So, yeah, auto rev match downshift, even though I wasn't off the gas. And then of course you have manual mode, which is you're in charge here. But even with the sport button, it tends to slam the gears really hard. So I'm gonna take it off the fun mode because it's hard on the transmission, and the tranny can take it, but I just prefer the feel and the cushiness of just regular sport mode or manual mode over you know, pushing the ultra, you know, light speed button right here, you know, warp speed engage button. Yeah, that sport button, like I said, it just shifts super hard on the transmission. And the Getrag 7-speed can handle it. They can handle a lot of power, but it's got 106,000 miles on it, so I'm not gonna push my luck. I just did the service, but it feels great. Everything feels really good right now. It downshifts perfectly, and then upshift. It also has a nice feature, you can manually do it, so you can do this. It will upshift when you push up, it upshifts. I mean downshifts, sorry, got that backwards. It downshifts on the push up, and it'll upshift on the push back. So you pull back, it'll upshift. You push up, it'll downshift. So DCT is working perfect. It's quieted down. These Falken tires are, I really like them. For the price, I paid 700 bucks, which is a really good deal for 4 tires all the way around. The Michillin Sport Pilots was going to cost me around 1,400 bucks, so literally saved half, 50% on the cost. But I wanted to let everybody know, thank you to all my subscribers and everybody who cares about my channel, even though it's in its infancy and it's just barely starting. I want to thank everybody for all the comments, likes, and subscribing. So this is Tim signing off. We'll see you again next time.